Welcome to the explainer video for our Translation Aids page. This page is written by translation experts and it reframes all of our resources to meet the specific needs of translators and performers for both written and oral Bible translation. The page is split into two main spaces: translation tips for the psalm as a whole and translation notes, verse by verse. And all of this is also downloadable as a PDF. A third tab is also included called Further Resources, where you can explore other projects and resources for translating the Psalms and Hebrew poetry. These two spaces, the tips and notes, overlap and correspond to the rest of our resources in different ways. Let's begin on the Translation Tips page, which covers the key information about the Psalm as a whole, which might be helpful to translators and performers. The resources for this page are taken mostly from our layer-by-layer resources, as well as the Psalm Overview page. This page is made up of 7 tabs covering key information which translators and performers should keep in mind for this psalm. In translation, verse-by-verse accuracy is important, but it is just as important to create a translation that is faithful to the psalm as a whole. The first tab is our overview, bringing the most important points from our Psalm Overview page. Then we have background, providing key information taken from our story behind layer. Layout presents the at-a-glance structure visual presented and explained in the structure section of the Psalm Overview page. Emotions presents the same structure, but with just the main emotions in view for each section. Participants in Speech Act present our Speech Act summary visual, which also keeps in view the speaker and the addressee for each verse. The Poetry tab then takes key information from our poetic analysis, perhaps 1 or 2 key poetic features that help unlock the psalm as a whole. Finally, the Prominence tab presents the finding from our prominence analysis, highlighting the most important and climactic moments within the psalm. And when you want more in-depth technical detail on a particular issue than what is found in this page, you can go to the corresponding page in our Layers or Psalm Overview. Now that brings us to the Notes section. Here you can press View Text to open and close the text. The notes are on the right. In the text view, you can also press any verse to jump immediately to the notes for that verse, and press any word in blue to jump to the notes for those words. This page corresponds closely with our verse-by-verse notes page. However, here we focus on the content most relevant for translators and performers. Many technical points are left out, and translation points are added, interacting also with other languages of wider communication, like French and Spanish. Take, for example, Psalm 88, verse 1, which is a long technical superscription introducing the psalm. The regular verse-by-verse notes explain the key terms and their meaning, but also go into detailed explanation of the grammar, syntax, and textual issues involved, as well as many footnotes with other technical details. Coming over to the translation notes, you can see the same important information explaining key terms and their meaning, but many of the technical notes have been left out, and instead translation notes have been added. Take, for example, this one on the phrase the sons of Korach. The notes explain implicit information that the translator may make explicit here, with implied information like, it was composed or crafted by the sons of Korach. Key background information on who these sons of Korach are, and other translation suggestions. We hope all interested in translations and performance of the Psalms, oral or written, will find these resources helpful. Translating the Bible or creating performances and other art is very important and often very difficult work, and all the more so with Hebrew poetry. Our aim is to equip you with all the tools that you need for this holy and important work.